All right, so the second way of to test the validity is by visually looking at the data and seeing which one is the best fit model. So this one doesn't include R squared. This one just says, okay, we're going to take a look at the regression models with the data points, and then we're just going to go ahead and see which one's the best one, which one goes to the most points, and then that's it. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to take a look at it. So actually this time we're actually going to come here and do turn on the graph, and then we're going to do zoom 9. So that's what we're going to do. So with this part, we're going to have example 5. It's our last example. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yeah. All right. So here, example 5 says a projectile is fired upwards from the ground. The height of the projectile above ground is shown in the following table. So they give you the seconds there, the time, and they give you the height. And we're going to see which one is the best model. Is it quadratic, exponential, or logarithmic? So I want you to be able to see those and how those work too, so that you're not confused when it comes time for your practice, or not practice, but your task, your regression task, your data analysis task. So here again, we're going to put these in the calculator like we know how to do it. So got to turn mine on first. Hit stat, edit. We're going to clear out these. Clear enter. Go up to L1, clear enter. Put the numbers in. And then do that really quick, like 0, 20.5, 31.36, 36.25, 30.4. Uh-oh, did something wrong. I put them all in the same thing. Ha 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 ha. So here we go. I'll let you guys go and do that. All right, so our values are in. And again, with this one, we're going to look at these three. So it means we have to deal with one being an L1, Y1, Y2, and Y3. So we'll say quadratic is Y1, exponential is Y2, and logarithmic is Y3. So here, with that, they're going to tell you which ones to put in. So again, we're going to follow these like we've said, like on our paper that we wrote. So we'll do Y1 for the first one, Y2 for the second one, and Y3 for the third. So here we're going to stat, go to the right, go down to number 5 for quadratic. We're going to come down to store regression equation, do vars to the right, 1, 1, and calculate it. And again, we're going to write these down. And we're going to keep the R squareds there because that's important. So Y1, I'm just going to write down the equation. I'm not going to do the A part. And I'm also going to write down R squared. Again, do not round R squared. Don't you round it. Don't you do it, boy. Don't you round that thing. All right, so we get that part. All right, so here we're going to move on to the Y2. So stat, calculate, and we're doing exponential. So we're going down until we see EXP. And if you look at this paper, we have that on there too. So that is 0. So we're going to go down to 0. So we hit 0. And it says EXP reg. All right, so we're going to come down until we go down 3 times. We're going to hit vars to the right. And again, we're doing Y2. So that is 1, 2. Then calculate it. And it says error, error, error. And because it's an error, we just say cannot be done. And then we move on. So we go stat, and then we do Y3. Go stat to the right, and this time we're doing logarithmic. Now logarithmic is number 9. Number 9. Number 9. So this paper comes really handy. Number 9. And some of you are like, wait, that says ln, that's not log. So ln is natural log, and we'll talk about that once we get into that section, all that good stuff. But here, we're going to do number 9, that's ln. We go down, down, down 3 times. Stat, sorry, hit vars. So at that point, hit vars. Go to the right. 1, 3. And then we calculate it. Uh-oh, that says it doesn't work either. Oh no. What happened? So with this, that was not the best. So we cannot do that either. Now that does not happen every single time. It just happens to happen this time. So let's change this y3 then. Let's say to cubic. All right, so we're going to go back and redo this part here. And we're going to do a y3 a second time, but this time it's going to be for cubic. So we're going to come down to number 6. Go down, down, down. Go to the vars to the right. 1, 3. Let me calculate it. And it gives us an equation. Yay! For cubic. Yay! So we write down that equation. Oh, sorry. Round 2 decimal places. My fault. 2 decimal places, not the whole thing. You don't touch that r squared, but you can touch the other ones. Okay, so looking at just what we have for the r squareds, it looks like cubic is actually going to be better because it's closer to 1. But let's look at it in the graph to make sure that it is better than quadratic. So here, we're going to come back to what we have here. So we're going to have to go turn our plot on, and hopefully it's already on. If it is, great. If not, then you got to make sure you turn it on. And then we're going to hit zoom 9 to see it go through the information. So again, we're going to go to y equals, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of y2 here, because that's not important, because we said y2 didn't work out, so we're going to re-erase y2 there. So get rid of y2 that was in there, just because it wasn't working for this problem. Now, if it actually was an equation there, you would keep y2 there. So if the equation actually worked out and it did not say, we did not write cannot be done, we would keep the equation in there. But because it said we cannot be done, y2, we erase that. Okay, so we went up, we go up to plot 1, all the way up. We hit enter on it to make sure it turns on. If it's already on, don't worry about it, don't touch it. If it's already highlighted, leave it alone. But if it's not highlighted, you need to go up and hit enter and turn it on. So you come down off of it and it should be turned on. All right, we hit zoom 9. And that's our first one, that's our quadratic part. And here's our cubic part. Okay, so looking at the two equations, which one is the best? Which one went through the most points? Because that's where the visual part is. Look and see what went through the most points. And hopefully you saw that cubic went through the most points. So the answer here will be cubic, and also r squared matches up with that. So it works. That's perfect. So that's what we're doing here. That's all. All right, here we go. Let's get it. Let's go.